the complete Mahabharata, all 18 parvas in the written form. In the first parva, athiparva, in the Anukramanika section, in the forest of Naimisharanya, a 12-year-long yagna called Satram was being conducted under the leadership of Shaunaka. During this time, Ugrashrava, also known as Sauti, arrived there. The sages, eager to converse with him, were ready to engage.
Oh, Sauti, welcome, welcome. Has your travel fatigue been alleviated? We are very eager to hear about your ancient pilgrimage experiences.
Your enthusiasm has also spread to me, dear sage. I listened to the complete Mahabharata narrated by Vyasa's disciple Vaishampayana during the 12-year-long yagna called Satram, conducted by King Janamejaya, son of Maharaj Parikshit. I also visited many holy shrines and sacred riverbanks mentioned within. I have now come to Naimisharanya to narrate to you the entire Bharata that I learned from the great battlefield of Kurukshetra, where the Pandavas, Kauravas, and numerous great kings fought. Dear sages, do you wish to hear the full Bharata or a summarized version? Please let me know your preference.
Oh, learned Sauti, who possesses the grace of a true narrator, we desire to hear the full version, just as it was enthusiastically narrated by Vyasa's disciple during the king's yagna.
In truth, Brahman, who is eternal, imperishable, and incomprehensible, is the source of all creation. He is both existence and non-existence, the highest and the lowest, the ancient one, the most supreme, endless, and the bestower of goodness. He guides both the movable and immovable. After worshipping the original, supreme Lord, I will announce the sacred thoughts of the revered sage Vyasa, who is honored by all. Some poets have revealed this before, some are teaching it now, and many will proclaim it in the future. It is a vast ocean of knowledge. Many expand on it, while others summarize it. Its profound explanations, divine dialogues, and poetic forms bring delight to scholars. Vyasa, the son of Satyavati, after arranging the eternal Vedas through his penance and chastity, created this sacred epic. In the holy abode at the foothills of the sacred Himalayas, the sage Vyasa, possessing a pure soul, abided by cleanliness and discipline, restrained his mind, and immersed himself in meditation. Through the strength of his penance, he delved into the history of the Mahabharata, penetrating through yoga and seeing everything completely through his wisdom. When the world was enveloped in complete darkness, without any light, a great egg was formed, which became the source of all living beings and the cause of creation. Within it existed the imperishable, wondrous light of Brahman, permeating all things, known as Mahadevyam. From this egg emerged Brahma, the first Prajapati, the leader, and the grandsire. Along with him came Shukracharya and Stanu. Then appeared Manu, Vashishta, Parameshti, the 10 Prachetas, Daksha, and Daksha's 7 sons. Following them came the Vishwadevas, Adityas, Vasas, Ashvins, Yakshas, Satyas, Pisachas, Guyakas, and Pitters. The Brahma Rishis, who were renowned for their virtues, and the holy Raja Rishis were created. In a similar manner, water, heaven, earth, air, sky, directions, years, seasons, months, fortnights, nights, and days were created one after another in proper order. Likewise, all objects known to man were also brought into existence. All living beings and immovable objects found in this universe are destroyed when a yuga ends. When a new yuga begins, everything is recreated in due time, just like the fruits of the earth. Thus, there exists an eternal cycle in this world, revolving without beginning or end. Of the gods is often summarized as 33,333. The sons of Div are Bruhatbanu, Chakshus, Atma, Vibhavasu, Savita, Rishikun, Arka, Banu, Asavahan, and Ravi, who are the descendants of the sun. Gods of time, the youngest is Mahya, whose son is Devavrata. Devavrata's son, Suvrata, had 3 sons, Dashajyoti, Shatajyoti, and Sahasrajyoti. Each of them created countless descendants. Dashajyoti had 10,000 descendants, Shatajyoti had 100,000 descendants, and Sahasrajyoti had 1 million descendants. Was the Kurus, Yadus, Bharatas, the descendants of Yayati, the family of Ikshvaku, and royal ministers. Through them, countless generations, species, and their habitats were formed. Vyasa observed the Vedas, yoga, sciences, dharma, righteousness, wealth, kama, desire, and the rules of human conduct, as well as the Shrutis and the orderly functioning of the world.
Saudi, we know that you are the best speaker. Your memory in explaining the Bharat laid out by Vyasarishi in full and concise form. We are surprised.
Asan, let him talk.
A disciple's curiosity is natural. It was during a break in King Janamejay's Satra ritual that we heard Vaishampayan's discourse, where he answered many questions. Therefore, without hesitation, one can ask questions as well. In the presence of the disciples, there was a contemplation about who could be the scribe to write down the verses that Vyasa would narrate with such speed.
O divine Brahma, I have composed a great epic. In this epic, the secrets of the Vedas and various inner meanings are explained. Furthermore, the rituals of the Upanishads, the Puranas related to the 3 divisions of time, past, present, and future, the changes in nature, old age, death, fear, disease, religious beliefs, rules about social classes, varnas, penance, the duties of a righteous student, the time frames of the yugas, explanations about the sun, moon, planets, and stars, the Rig, Sama, and Yajur Vedas, Adhyatma, logic, medicine, charity, Pasupata Dharma, holy places, the art of war, languages, the customs of people, and the essence of the Supreme Being. All these inner meanings are included. However, I have not found the right scribe to write down all these subjects for this creation.
Considering your divine wisdom, I hold you in high regard in the presence of these holy sages. I know very well that you will express the divine words in their true form, just as they were first uttered. You have called this work a poetic collection, epic, and it is indeed a great epic. Just as the importance of the householder's ashram cannot be equaled by the other 3 ashrams, there will never be another poet with the ability to create such a poetic collection. Bharata is like a tree. Essence of its parts is like its seed. The sections Puloma and Astika are its roots. The Sambhava section is its trunk. The Sabha and Aranya books are the high branches of the tree. The Arani section is its knots. The Virata and Udyoga books form the middle part. The Bhishma section is an important branch. The Drona section is like the leaves of the tree. Parna section is its beautiful flowers. The Shalya section is its pleasant fragrance. Stri and Aishka books are like the refreshing shade. The Shanti section is its large fruit. Ashwamedha section is the sweet juice of the fruit. The Ashramavasika section is the place where the tree grows. The Mausala section is the essence of the Vedas and is revered. This tree of Bharata, like the clouds, is an inexhaustible source for mankind and serves as a livelihood for renowned poets. O sage, to write this poetic collection, one must meditate upon Ganesha and compose it with his blessing. When Vyasa meditated, the Lord of Hosts, Ganesha, appeared.
My salutations to Maharishi Vyasa.
O Lord of Hosts, the Bharata that has been prearranged in my mind, I now recite it. You must write it down.
While writing, the stylus should not stop even for a moment. If it does, I shall stop writing.
If at any point you do not understand something, you must stop writing. You should write only after fully understanding the meaning.
Those verses are complex and enigmatic, and no one has fully understood them until now. Even for Ganesha, it took a moment to grasp them, but at the same time, Vyasa continued to skillfully compose the next verses. In the form of 24,000 verses, as Brahman had stated, they were condensed into 150 sections of verses, and in total, he composed 100,000 verses. Vyasa's son, Shuka, and perhaps Sanjaya as well, may have known those verses. To the gods, Narada, to the Peters, Devala, and to the Gandharvas, Yakshas, and Rakshasas, Shuka explained the Mahabharata verses. Once, Vyasa, under the orders of Bhishma and Mother Satyavati, fathered 3 sons, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura, through the wives of Vichitravirya. Vyasa did not reveal the Bharata until these 3 were born, grew up, and passed away. The verses were first narrated to this world by Vyasa's disciple, Vaisampayana, who was well versed in the Vedas. I, Sauti, am now going to recite again those 100,000 verses, which have blossomed and borne fruit on this immortal tree, verses that are pure, sweet in taste, and indestructible even by the gods.
Oh Sauti, you mentioned going to Samantapanchaka. Now, please narrate its history.
Between the Thredha and Dvapara Yugas, Parasurama, the son of Jamadagni, driven by the sins of the Kshatriyas, repeatedly attacked and destroyed their lineage. He annihilated the entire Kshatriya race and created 5 ponds filled with blood. Standing in those blood-filled ponds, Parasurama, in his rage, offered blood oblations to his ancestors. Seeing this, his ancestors came to Parasurama, blessed him with well-being, and asked him to request a boon of his choice. Parasurama requested that the sins he incurred from destroying the Kshatriyas be cleansed, and that the blood ponds he created be renowned as holy places. From that time, the region became known as Samantapanchaka. Between the Dvapara and Kali Yugas, the Kauravas and Pandavas fought a war there. 18 Akshauhinis of soldiers gathered there, eager to fight, but all were slain on that very battlefield. This is the place renowned throughout the 3 worlds as Kurukshetra.
O Ugrasrava, O Sauti, your narration has filled us with wonder and awe. What are these 18 Akshauhinis? Tell us more about them.
In the formation of a patti, there is 1 chariot, 1 elephant, 5 infantry soldiers, and 3 horses. 3 pattis together make 1 Senamukha. 3 Senamukhas combine to form 1 Gulma. Similarly, 3 Gulmas make 1 Gana. 3 Ganas form 1 Vahini, and 3 Vahinis together make 1 Prithana. 3 Prithanas create 1 Chamu, and 3 Chamus combine to form 1 Anakini. An anakini that increases tenfold is called an akshauhini. In one akshauhini, there are 21,170 chariots, 21,170 elephants, 109 to 350 infantry soldiers, and 65,610 horses. Using this formation, the Kaurava army and the Pandava army together had a total of 18 akshauhinis. In this sequence, Bhishma fought for 10 days, Drona for 5 days, Karna for 2 days, and Shalya for half a day. Finally, there was a mace battle, Gada Yuddha, between Bhima and Duryodhana. That night, Ashwatthama, Kripa, and others decimated Yudhishthira's army.
Are wonderfully described. The vast numbers of the Akshauhinis are truly astonishing. You have delighted our ears. We shall come after having a meal.
The Anukramanika section is followed by the summaries of the 18 parvas. Then comes Dhritarashtra, lamenting to Sanjaya. After that comes the Paushya section. We will meet in the Paushya section. Stay tuned, OM8 channel.